What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Yo, today we're gonna be looking at a video from Hemi Muscle. Now, this video right here is going to be a little bit funny, and I'm not saying funny in the sense of haha funny, but funny in the sense of a lot of people are upside down in car payments and in cars that it's gotten out of control. I want you guys to look at this because this is crazy.
Just bought a 26 Cadillac Escalade in October. Within 2 weeks, I noticed there were some pretty big issues. Took it to the dealer. They looked at it all day long, said, gonna have to put you in a real tiny loaner car. I said, I got boys, baseball. I can't take that. They said, no worries. Take the car home, and we're gonna work on reading bulletins and finding a solution to what's going on with your engine and other issues. 30 days later, nothing. What did I do? I contacted GM. Asked for a buyback. Right? It's been over a month. I don't even have my car working correctly. GM denied my buyback. So then I had to pursue the lemon law. It's almost Christmas and I don't have a resolution. I need a car.
What's up, guys? Welcome back.
Okay, so for those of you who are not mechanically savvy or know what's going on, General Motors has a class action lawsuit against them about the 5.3 and the 6.2 V8s that they supply in all of their GM trucks and SUVs. So basically anything from Chevy Tahoe, Silverado, Suburban, GMC Yukons, Sierras, all the way up to Cadillac Escalades. They all have a version of the 6.2 liter V8 that has active fuel management and AFM. Well, AFM, that's what it's called. And DOD, and also the 5.3s that are in those trucks as well. Now, the situation that's going on is those engines are grenading. Anything from 21 and up Escalades, the engines grenade. Same thing with the Yukons and the Suburbans and Tahoes. Those engines grenade. There's been several cases where the engine actually grenaded at 2 miles, not 200, not 2,000, but literally two, just off the lot, on the lot. 2 miles grenaded. And I'm pretty sure that's the same thing that she's having going on with her engine. Now, she said that she bought it 2 weeks ago after making that video, or before her car went down. And the car has been in the shop since for 30 days. So, she has a right to file a lemon law. Now, I'm going to say this. There's a reason why people are starting to buy older vehicles, because older vehicles last longer than these new vehicles. Think about it. A lot of these new cars are made with very small margins of error built into them, where older vehicles, you have more leeway. Also, the right to repair has been the right to repair your vehicle, quote unquote law, it was not even a law, but the rule, that rule has been slowly getting rolled away every time a new vehicle comes out. Every model year, there's improvements that are being made to the software to where you cannot tamper with it. You have to take it to a dealership. Now, there was a guy that I watched a video on yesterday that said that he's been getting a lot of phone calls from owners because of this. Now, if I can find that video, I will show that video in this video. But let's continue. Yeah, this is insane.
Back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we got a couple deals we're going to get into. Some of these deals are good deals. Some of them are bad deals. Let's get right into it. Let's go.
Jeez.
Here we go.
All right, guys. Got good and bad news. What do you want to hear first? Couldn't get you into the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder, they were asking for a minimum of $7,000 down, and your payment was still going to be close to the $1,400 a month. Rogue is still a little bit more than you guys want to be at. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of more than you guys want to be at. And they're actually asking for $2,000 down, but your payment is at $1,065.
Man. Oh.
It's not even worth it. Honestly, it's not even worth it. It's not even worth the product. And I'm going to say this. Okay, they paying 12 something. They said they paying 12 something a month for a car. Now they're trying to get into a Rogue or something bigger, and they was going to pay 14 and put a $7,000 down payment. These new cars are not worth what they're charging for them. And a Nissan of all things? Fuck no.
Rogue? Oh no, son.
What if I could do it with $1,000 down?
$1,000 a month. That's not $1,000.
Still gotta pay insurance.
Insurance gonna be on the new vehicle with the neighborhood whatever it's gonna be.
Did you want me to see if I get what I could do for a new kicks? I was just trying to see something bigger. So I could see what a new kicks would be like.
It's gonna be about the same. It's not even gonna be $650.
It's gonna be close to like 8s maybe.
So they're trying to go down the car payment, and this car payment still gonna be at 8. I have a 24 I have a 24 CX5. It's not even worth what I'm paying for my car. And honestly, as soon as I can, I'm trying to get rid of that bitch too.
Kicks. That's crazy.
Try again, nothing.
All right, give me a second before you guys leave. Let me just talk to my manager, okay?
Now, that was a situation where they made the right decision. Walk away. Ain't no use even sitting there and keep going back and forth. Ain't no way I pay $1,000 a month for a Nissan. That's just unacceptable and unbelievable and not even almost possible. You got to be crazy to do that. And that whole, I'll be right back. Then we talk to my manager. What difference is that going to make? I understand it's just procedure. That's what dealers do. But at the same time, there's nothing the manager can say to me to make me pay over $1,000 a month for a Nissan. No way, Jose. It's not going to happen, Jack.
Wherever you bought this Escape from, we don't understand why you owe so much on this car. So the car right now is closer to $18,000 is what you owe. And Kelly Blue Book clean retail, not even trading, clean retail on the car is $8,900.
Oh my
upside down,
goodness.
very bad in this car. Of course, we can submit right on a car that'll have enough book to a bank to roll that kind of equity. And, we're looking to roll almost $9,000 in equity, right? We'd be starting on a new car with already $9,000 on top of that car. I mean, can we help? Yes. Can we roll that equity? Yes. Can we lower payment and roll that equity? Fortunately not. Can I get you the Accord with probably a better payment than what you're paying now? For sure. Can I trade you out this Escape? It's just going to be, we can't figure out where in the world that they put you in such a terrible loan, because I mean, even if you were 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the line, right, you wouldn't even be able to trade this car comfortably, right?
I could just give it into the bank and take it because I can't pay onto a card.
We wouldn't want you to try and pay on two cars either.
Yeah, that's my option. Just give it to them and then stay with
The new car, right? Something healthier, right?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and talk to finance and let them know we're going to go that route, and we'll show you some numbers on that car.
All right, concept.
Now, there's so many people in situations like this where they feel like they got to do a voluntary repo, go ahead and buy a car before that hits their credit in order to get a better deal. But the problem with that is that repo is going to ruin their credit. They're not thinking about the future. They just think about now. They just need a car to drive now. That's just a terrible situation. And that's what happens when you roll negative equity and you just keep rolling. And he's right, though. They will be able to get her done, but she's going to have to get that other car back. Let me ask y'all, is that something you would consider doing? I mean, I don't know, man. That's a hard decision to make. Because like she said, she can't afford to have 2 car notes. That'd be crazy. But sometimes, I'm
gonna say this. The way that new cars, not even that. The way that the pricing for all of this new stuff is, the way that a lot of this value drop, the way that a lot of value in these cars drop that fast is insane to me. Because these people charge out of the ass for these new cars. It's insane.
That may be the better move. Maybe she can't afford the current payment she's making now. And they're going to probably repo it anyway. So she's like, let me go ahead and get another car before they take the one I got.
All right, we actually gave him a $41,000 Nissan Pathfinder for $369 a month. A 3-row SUV for $369 a month. Now, unfortunately, the same client has a few other cars. We don't know the entire story, but amongst his 3 cars that are all relatively newer, $50,000 negative. Now, my comment to the client was, going forward, please do not buy any cars without consulting with me, because this sucks for sure. I am proud to say at Noble Motor Cars, I never run my customers' equity and their 10, 20K flipped upside down. It just doesn't happen. That's why we are so pro leasing, because as long as you stay within your allotted miles, you'll never end up in a situation where you are 20 grand negative with a lease unless you way exceeded what you were contracted to do. There's never going to be a situation where you come back in 3 years and you're like, oh my God, I owe 20 grand to get out of this car. With that being said, we have a 2020 BMW M8, beautiful car. Unfortunately, around negative 15,000. Payoff is 65. The vehicle's worth about 50. There's a ton of them in the market. They're not hard to find, and there's not that many people who want, $100-something thousand convertible. Next one is a 2025 Silverado. This one I don't understand. Has 8,000 miles on it, so he's probably had it for half a year or a year. The amount owed is 72,000. It was new 62 grand, which means, if you came to me and you wanted to buy this car, I could buy the car new for probably 55 grand. The truck's probably worth 48 grand. One just sold that auction for 47 grand with 400 miles. His has 8,000 miles. So that one's flipped 23,000 roughly. And the last one, a 2020 Santa Fe. The car still has a loan of 20 grand against it. There's not a lot of cars that you can put 200,000 miles on that are worth more than $4,000 or $5,000. This is no exception to the rule. He owes roughly 20, so there's another negative 13 grand. I don't know what we're gonna do here. When you get into these situations, a lot of people want to roll it into something else. The problem with rolling it into something else is you're just going to keep compounding the same issue. The next car you take off the lot immediately depreciates. Plus the 20 grand you might flip into it, you could drive off the lot and now be 30 grand upside down. Unless a client who's ready to pay up a majority of that negative. Unfortunately, I do walk away from business all the time by just telling somebody I will not force them into a situation I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my own family member or friend into. This is why you call.
But here's the thing, though. For him to turn away business because of a situation like that, that proves that you have a heart. But the problem is, there's a lot of salesmen and a lot of companies that don't give a shit about you. They just want their fucking money. I work at a dealership, so I see how this shit goes. They don't give a fuck about nothing that you got going on. As long as you giving them that damn check, you buying that car, they don't care. As long as they get their money, they don't give a fuck about what the hell you got to go through. But me, I have a conscience. That's why I can't work in the sales like that. Because I would tell my customers, hey, I get what you're trying to do, but this ain't the time. This ain't the right time for you. Last a little bit longer with your car. Sell it or buy something cheap. Because you coming on the lot and you buying a new car, you're going to automatically lose some value in that vehicle. And then if you're rolling over negative equity in your vehicle, you're going to struggle. It's not worth the headaches that a lot of people are getting for these cars. It's not worth it. And I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, but a lot of y'all just want to look flashy. And I'm gonna say this out loud. I don't give a fuck about flashy. I don't care. I don't care about flashiness. The problem comes in is where you want to be flashy, but you don't have the money to be flashy. A lot of people don't have 4, 5, 6 grand to put in as down payment on a vehicle. A lot of them don't have that. So they don't have a down payment for a vehicle. Then they buy a vehicle. Then you rolling over negative equity into that vehicle. So it's basically you're getting screwed over four or more times. no down payment, no nothing to really go towards the car. Then if they have rebates, they're not gonna give you the rebates. Then your car's got to be in damn near perfect condition with low mileage. So it's just like, why are you fucking dealing with it? It's not worth it. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, support.com. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.